We still have one interlude, which may or may not contain a battle. So this probably maybe matters a little. Training field. Train me some field.
Let's begin the training course.
For the final time.
So.
All right, I have 70,000 experience to spend. I'm getting the scouts to level 20 just to say that we got someone to level 20. And then the engineers are going up because they can. One class.
Don't get careless, everyone.
Gets all the way up.
Nicely done. You're a level higher.
The scouts have mastered existence. Yay! Is level 20 not actually max level? Check the infirmary, huh?
Welcome. What can I do for you today?
Bump the level cap, you say? Okay. Okay. Well, that's a thing we won't be doing. We're gonna do it, but we're not streaming anything beyond this. We're getting the epilogue, and that's the end of the series. I'm not streaming skirmishes. I might play them. We're not streaming them.
Well, come back anytime you need some help.
There is still the matter of an interlude. Somewhere in here, as we flip back through the days, there was a steamy ceasefire. When the hell would there have been a steamy ceasefire? Okay, it was before that. It was before we waited for springtime. Before the midnight run where we discovered, we hugged Angie. Before the one where we all fell in love with Angie. Before the sea fortress with the double thing to take out. Before we went under the ice. Before we discovered, holy fuck, there's a winter witch here. There was...
Interlude. A steamy ceasefire.
I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Oh god, more dog content.
Easy, Rags. It's not even mealtime. Oh, wait. It's later than I thought.
Maybe it is mealtime.
That's odd. It's been hours since Claude left on recon. He and the others should have been back a long time ago.
Why is Claude always gone at the start of these?
You worried too, boy? The blizzard's getting pretty bad. I hope they're okay.
Well, that's not terrifying in the slightest. I don't know when in the timeline we are, by the way. Like, what's happening around us here? All right, did we just get introduced to Belgar? Is this, like, right after we take to the Crystal Sea? Okay, that sounds about right. What are we waiting for, Miles? Or perhaps Claude? Or Rags? Or Raz?
Try again, Marie. Any word from Claude?
Nothing. The storm brought all communications down.
Sounds bad.
I knew reconnaissance in this weather was a bad idea. But we couldn't ignore that report. If there's even a chance the enemy is planning an ambush.
I mean, yeah, what are the odds that the Centurion gets ambushed? That only happens every other chapter.
We really have no choice but to confirm.
In these temperatures, even the antifreeze will freeze over. I'm afraid I can't order a search party.
Sounds like bad antifreeze, to be honest.
If they don't return soon, we'll have to depart without them.
No.
Oh no, who will enact the plan to nuke the capital city, which I will remind you is the plan right now?
How long will this damn blizzard last?
Now granted, only Morgan and Brian know that, but still.
You'd better get back here alive, Claude.
So that you can eventually be responsible for almost nuking a city! Oh.
Keep it together. We stop now, and we're all dead.
Don't worry. I'm well aware of that.
Damn it. Snow's coming down so hard, every step is like sinking in quicksand.
Not to mention these winds. Just trying to stand straight is like fighting against a tide.
Oh boy, Raz is alive! Yay! We're in a universe wherein I've paid to resurrect Crystal and Zyga, so getting Raz back once for free is like, okay.
It's do or die, everyone. Just a little further.
Maybe if we beat this interlude, the game will allow me the ability to pay to bring Raz back from the dead, or, as Sportspun has noted, to resurrect him.
We won't make it much longer.
Shut up, Claude's internal monologue.
This blizzard's got a couple hours left in it. We have to find cover, or else...
What?
Enemy soldiers, 12 o'clock.
Awesome! Kill them and then cut their bodies open and sleep inside of them like tauntauns!
Are those the imps laying an ambush for us?
No, they're tauntauns!
No. Judging from the rank and file, they're probably a recon team like us.
Oh.
I'd rather not engage in these conditions, but...
Whoa. Guess we don't have much choice.
Yeah, that scout has 3 more shots. Or it could have been 2 snipers, I guess.
This is pointless. My shots won't reach them.
Kai, I knew you should have taken the longer range rifle.
So much for Deadeye Kai.
And my grenades are frozen stuck. I can't fire anything.
You know, if any of you were wearing hats, I would take the danger of this much more seriously. Kai at least has like a baseball cap, but still.
Stay calm. The enemy's just as handicapped as we are. I don't think either side can engage, to be honest.
Just want to sit back and listen to all of the machine gun fire? Neither side can engage, eh, Claude? What are we doing now? Just wasting ammo? Popcorn? Is it popcorn? I want popcorn. Are you making popcorn?
Kinda late to get cold feet. Besides, they're just grunts. Leave it to the invincible Raz!
Wait!
Can't miss at point blank. Eat lead!
Yeah, what if they duck, though?
Huh? Hey, what the...
Get a load of this filthy Darkson. His barrel's frozen over. The dumbass!
Oh my god, an imp was racist! It only took until the fucking post-game for someone to remember that the Imperials are racist!
Well, well. Seems Federation gear can't handle the cold.
Why are you taunting this man instead of murdering him?
Raz, retreat!
Too late! You're dead! Huh?
Looks like our guns froze over too.
Do any of you have knives? Fists? Matches?
Goddamn piece of scrap metal! Ah!
Raz, did you just...
Crap! He just threw that machine gun one-handed! Those things weigh a ton!
Maybe use them as bludgeoning weapons.
Yeah, so what? I've got a heavy machine gun! You think the men of the North will lose to a bunch of pansies who prance around with girls?
Someone also pointed out that there is not a single female soldier in the Imperial Army who doesn't have a name and a rank.
So what if I'm female, you knuckle-dragging grunt? I am a lieutenant, and more woman than you can handle!
This is just embarrassing for everyone concerned at this point. Also, like...
If you don't like me looking down on you, then first you'll have to prove you're stronger than me! Ah!
These people are very obviously not holding anything, even when they're allegedly throwing shit. Like, they're doing motions like, oh, I'm gonna make a backhanded toss with my machine gun, whoosh! But you can see their empty hands as they go, whoosh.
Crap! We're out of stuff to throw!
Then we go for close quarters combat.
Okay.
Oh yeah? Put up your dukes!
Oh my god. I mean, this isn't fair. You guys have helmets. Now, granted, that's incredibly superior military strategy, and you should win the entire war based off of that and that alone, but you guys have helmets.
Come on, now they're throwing punches. Give me a break.
Riley, it's war! It's war, and you've invaded their territory, and they're evil, and they're doing a holocaust, and you have knives, and you should be stabbing them. It's war!
That's enough, all of you!
Why are you listening to...
Everyone stop it!
Okay.
What? It was just getting to the good part.
I take it you're in command here?
Yes. Looks like we both got lost scouting the area.
Yeah. We're in a real jam, truth be told. The weapons don't work, as you can see, and our winter gear won't last.
Claude. I know for a fact that one of the people on this squad has in their possession a bayonet because I gave it to them.
We were just looking for a place to wait out the blizzard ourselves. Now, we're completely lost.
We both need all the help we can get.
Agreed. Let's call a ceasefire for now.
You can arrive at this point without making everyone involved look stupid. Like, I'm not... My problem is not, and it's Valkyria Chronicles. It's a silly kiddie game, and also this interlude is just silly, goofy fan service after the game and all of that. But also, I'm not opposed to the idea that two enemy combatants, like two enemy sides, encounter each other in the middle of a snowstorm and declare a truce for the sake of their mutual survival, because if they fight to the death out here, the winners will just die later. That has happened. That is a thing. That is a true thing that happened. There are stories about like British and German soldiers playing soccer on Christmas or whatever. Okay. You can arrive at that point. Like, there has to be a tense ceasefire and truce with these Imperial soldiers while we're all huddled together in close quarters for warmth or whatever. You can get to that point without making everyone involved and also the entire war look like a stupid snowball fight, which this almost devolved into. Onward.
It's so cold. I can barely shiver.
Good. The moment you stop shivering, you die. Stay moving to keep your body heat up.
I don't need advice from the likes of you.
And don't walk over the fresh fallen snow. Step in our tracks to make it easier on you.
Don't be stubborn. It's life or death here.
Fine.
I get our guns crapping out, but shouldn't yours be built for this kind of thing?
I mean, Raz has a point, actually.
Look, this is way colder than a normal Imperial winter.
And even if our gear worked, we couldn't hit the broadside of a bunker in this blizzard.
Excuses, excuses. At least the part about missing is true.
You couldn't fire a single shot, you filthy Darkson.
And who's the bozo who couldn't shoot a Darkson?
Is that a good comeback, Raz? I don't know if that's a good comeback or not.
I envy those clowns. Do they ever run out of steam?
Having a mock army battle over bacon is also not necessarily great. That's also a thing that happened.
How dare he fraternize with the enemy? Emergency or no, the sight of it makes me sick.
Does that look like fraternizing to you?
Yeah, doesn't that have a very specific term, meaning?
What else would you call it?
Not frater...
So this is the real Winter Witch.
What?
Yes. I'm surprised you've heard that old folktale. A blizzard so cold our ancestors called it black magic.
I thought we determined that the black magic was the Valkyria.
Terrifying when you think about it.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's 2 hours to go.
How can you tell?
I have weather powers. Claude, at a certain point, you're feeding the enemy intel.
Call it a hunch. I've got a knack for picking up changes in the weather.
Okay.
But if we hadn't come across you, we'd be dead in the snow. The Winter Witch's latest victims.
How exactly have the Imperials helped you at this point? You appear to just be trundling together.
Just having extra bodies to block the wind is a lifesaver.
Okay.
And by the looks of it...
All right. So how have they not died?
Your men took the windward side. I appreciate that.
Okay, so in this encounter, the Imperials are unquestionably they are racist, so...
No thanks needed. Chivalry isn't completely dead.
How is it Okay.
I have to say, I'm glad our weapons malfunctioned.
Claude.
And we were this close to outright killing each other.
You're at war. Claude, you're at war.
We may have lost our bread and salt, but at least we have our vodka.
Are you guys German or Russian?
Huh?
Old Imperial saying. Like you say in the West, every cloud has a silver lining. Feels strange breaking bread when moments ago we were staring down each other's barrels.
Guess I'll have to count my blessings. The blizzard should be dying down soon.
That was a very fast 2 hours.
There's one more blessing to count.
Is it almost time for battle fight? I think it's almost time for battle fight.
The blizzard's died down, but I'm still freezing my balls off.
Surrounded by so much white, it's hard to tell if we're even moving forward.
Hey, Claude. Why doesn't that area have any snow?
Because it's a hot spring?
Huh, you're right. Those rocks over there aren't covered at all. Oh, could it be?
What's the matter?
I need help over here. Come on, gather round.
So, Claude, what's so special about these rocks?
Raz, can't you tell that they're like 50 degrees warmer than anything around them?
Can't you tell? The snow's being melted from beneath.
There you go.
Ah, of course. Then that means... Do you have any explosives?
We have grenades, but the pins are frozen stuck.
Awesome. Also, okay, well...
Let me see them.
But sir, we need them in case of an emergency.
In case of an emergency, says the shock trooper. When you're in the middle of, you're freezing to, you're surrounded by, in case of an emergency.
That's what this is, and it wasn't a question. Hand them over.
Yes, sir.
Squad-E, take out all the grenades and explosives you have.
Oh boy.
Riley, set them up to make as big a blast as possible.
That
Claude?
seems big.
An explosion won't keep us warm for long. If we want a fire, we need fuel first.
How are you all idiots?
Don't worry. Center it on the crevice over there. Please, trust me on this.
Are we
I
gonna...
don't get what you're going for, but if you insist.
I'm gonna need this game to explain how Riley makes this explosion. Because if she does it on her own, then she should have done it to the imps in the first place.
I'll wave my magic wand and grant your wish.
Mm-hmm. Like how Claude made those parachutes? And also, how you got up in the air with those parachutes?
All right, I'm gonna ignite it. Take cover.
Claude, how? How are you... Through what means are... The only way it makes sense is that if the Imperials have, like, a thing that makes half of a fire, and you have a thing that makes the other half of a fire, and the only way it works is if you bang the two of them together to make a full-ass fire. Because if you have a thing that makes a full-ass fire, and you had the thing that makes a full-ass fire this whole-ass time, then you should have blown up the imps!
Is that a hot spring?
Yep. Sure is.
And this geothermal groundwater melting the snow. Amazing! Oh, the temperature's perfect.
Yes! Take that, Winter Witch! We're gonna make it!
Then we're gonna kill you.
Oh, hell yeah. Without further ado, I'll take first dibs and...
Hold it.
Huh?
Ladies first.
Do you really expect me to just sit here and wait?
What's wrong with you Federation soldiers? Where's your manners, man?
This guy couldn't get a girl if his life depended on it.
Oh, snap.
No objections here. Women first.
Goddamn imps!
I mean, Raz,
I'll take you up on that offer. If you'll excuse us then.
Game, did you just convolute another way to show... Don't... Of course they will. Of course they... What am I saying? Of course they did. Oh, boy.
Freeze! So long as I draw breath, none shall peek.
Oh, God.
Minerva, aren't you gonna join him?
Claude?
I'm standing watch. Can't drop our guards around these Imperials after all.
Ah, don't get your panties in a bunch. You wish we were that desperate to see your tits defrosting.
Excuse me?
Thank you.
So, are all Federation women like this?
This is freaking gay.
I'd say there are exceptions to the rule.
Uh-huh.
Boy, are they aggressive. Ladies first, my ass.
Seriously, they're rougher and tougher than any man I know.
Oh, God.
But let me tell you, gals back in the motherland. Perfection. Modesty's actually a virtue for them.
Okay.
Always there for her man, but never overstepping her bounds. Now that's a girl worth fighting for.
So glad they're remembering to establish the Imperials as the bad guys.
Chauvinist pigs.
Let's murder them!
What did you call us?
Wait, we're at war. It's not really murder. Well, it's kind of murder because there's a truce and a ceasefire, but...
You're so hung up on your Madonna whore complex, you don't even care that your government is oppressing all its people.
Fascism!
Quiet, you harlot! The Empire's traditional values are what keep it prospering. Unlike you Federation degenerates.
Values. Is that what you call violence and oppression?
Oh, that's rich coming from a Fed. Or are you too busy painting your nails to see what's going on in your own colonies?
This game is doing more to establish both of these countries as fucking terrible in this interlude that we only got in the epilogue than it did in the entire game.
Come again? Need I remind you who started this war in the first place? It's that murderous tyrant you call an emperor. And here you are trying to lecture me. You're beyond help.
Would you shut up already? Women shouldn't butt their pretty little heads into politics to begin with.
This man is gonna get murder killed.
What?
This is what happens when females are allowed on the battlefield.
This man is also gonna get murder killed.
That's right. A woman's place is at home, a man's at war.
So the end game here is a battle in which it's just Minerva, Kai, and Riley against all of these fucking imps, right?
So get back to the kitchen and make us a sandwich.
Game, you can't do the...
All right, now listen here. If you think I'm gonna sit
Game.
quietly while you spew that kind of filth, you're insane.
Game, stop.
Pigs, how dare you slander womankind?
Riley, it's very cold.
Why aren't you two leaping in to defend us? Just sitting on your thumbs while they insult us. And
Riley, it's very cold. Game! Game, you can't! You shouldn't!
You close your eyes right now, stupid clod! Raz, look away, you pervert!
And you just... I perv? You're the one standing there with your tits hanging out.
Gabe!
Federation women are so... different.
You shut your mouth! Turn away! Close your eyes! Forget everything you saw!
This is wonderful.
Kai just shutting out everything and enjoying the spring is
Looks like the blizzard's over.
This fucking game.
Like you said, 2 hours on the dot. Impressive. Communications are back up. We're gonna hunker down and wait for evac.
We'll be gone by then. I'd rather not have to shoot you.
Claude.
Never expected you feds could be so fun. Not to mention, that was one hell of a view.
Claude, stab this man in the throat, please.
Well, till we meet again.
Next time, it'll be on the battlefield.
Hey, you.
Samurai Sam says that if Valkyria Chronicles 1 is Baby's first World War II allegory, which it is, Valkyria Chronicles 4 is Baby's horniest World War II allegory, which it probably isn't. There's literal actual porn that's also a World War II allegory, I bet. But this comes close.
Yeah?
That rifle. You a sniper?
I mean, his name is Sniper, so...
I assume you are, too.
I may not look it, but they call me Deadeye.
Okay.
Quite a firearm there. I've never seen camo like that.
Really? He appears to have taken 3 t-shirts and wrapped them around it with baling twine.
Thanks. My wife designed it for me.
I see. Just like she was supposed to, huh? The virtue of a modest female?
Oh, snap.
I love her. And I'd like to think she did it because she loves me.
And also because we don't have no-fault divorce in the Empire, and I told her to, but that's beside the point.
I guess we're both fighting for someone we love.
Can't save everyone. All we can do is hold on to the one thing that matters most, and protect it with our lives. That's why we have no choice but to fight. My commander told me that one.
The one thing that matters most, huh?
Mm-hmm.
So if our paths ever cross again, may the best sniper win.
With the benefit of hindsight, she did!
Right back at you.
See you on the field, Deadeye.
You too.
Godspeed, friend.
And then we killed them. A new sub-episode has been added. All right, where the hell is that? Under the Northern Lights, huh? Sorry, where are the sub-episodes? Game, stop adding things. I thought you were done. Apparently we have a new sub-episode in Chapter 13. Aha! Okay. So, because we did the interlude, we get another page in Waiting for Springtime. Okay.
Say, Riley, you want to go up on the deck with me?
Is this just gonna be, hey, I remember that time I saw you naked, I'd like to do it again, but for realsies this time?
Up top? The sun's already gone down. Won't it be cold?
Riley, we've established that you don't have a problem with the cold.
Yeah.
Selectively.
Perfect timing. Come on.
Wow. This is amazing. Isn't this...
That's right. It's an aurora.
Claude, if you say that this is the best view you've had since that night at the hot spring, she's gonna hit you. She's gonna hit you so hard.
This is the first time I've ever seen one. I heard they're super rare, even this far north. Don't tell me the aurora talks to you too.
You basically have to get lucky to catch one of these.
I mean, what's so special about Aurora talking to you? That happens to Mulan all the time.
But there weren't any clouds today, and the sky's dark with the new moon out. All the conditions were right, so...
So you did predict it. It's incredible. I never thought I'd live to see something like this.
This is the first time for me, too. I guess we both got really lucky.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We've seen all kinds of miracles and good fortune out here. And losses, and bad luck, too.
Still waiting for the part where this ties back to the fact that we did the hot spring thing, but okay.
But we made it this far. We got through all that.
This is kind of familiar, huh? Like after the Star Child Festival, when we'd all look up at the night sky, together.
Yeah. After you left Hoffen, the sky was all I saw for a long time. I made it out here, so... I must have turned my life around somehow. But sometimes, I wonder if I've really changed.
I forgive you.
Aww.
What?
I think you have. Changed, I mean. And if it's coming from me, you know it's gotta be true. Right?
That's nice.
Yeah, you're right.
So, I forgive you. Okay?
Thank you, Riley.
But you're not off the hook yet. Once this war's over, you're going to help me start up my family's factory again.
Don't they reference Scaredy Claude again after this, and it comes off that, like, Riley hadn't forgiven him?
Of course. With pleasure.
You sure you're excited about it? You got a whole lifetime of hard work ahead of you, mister.
A lifetime?
Yep. You'll be working for me until you're an old grandpa.
Well, if that's what you want, then I'd be happy to.
Aw.
Huh?
Wait a second. Are they actually like, wait a second, we have schmaltzy feelings?
Well, I didn't mean anything weird by that. So, wow, it's really chilly. We should totally head inside.
Stay a little longer. It's almost ready. I promise you're gonna love it.
Yeah, I think the word is proposal.
Pretty! Did you predict all this too?
I learned to see a lot in the sky. My sorrow didn't give me much, but I did get this. It's not bad, as far as presents go, right?
Yeah.
I swear, we will live to see Hoffen again.
We will. Together.
Yeah. Together.
This is really fucking sweet. Why wasn't it in the main game? A new mission has been added to Chapter 18. Oh god. Select the final battle and choose which operation you wish to play. What? What? Oh, is that just the final mission hard mode? Okay, if that's just hard mode, we're not actually doing it. If it's legitimately different, that would be one thing. But if it's just, ooh, you can do it on hard mode. Retaking the ship. Ticking clock. Yeah, the final battle in just hard mode. Okay, so the thing that got unlocked is just a hard mode version of the final battle, which, I mean... We did the final battle. There's more gimmickry. Okay. There's probably one more of those little lake areas for the frog tank to do whatever. Listen, we are absolutely not doing the final battle on hard mode. Not a thing. Not a thing that we're doing. The final battle was hard. So... Samurai Sam wants to know the Goog's top 3 Valkyria Chronicles 4 characters. And I think that will be a good way to end the series. Let me think about that. I'm not going to limit myself to just the plot relevant characters, but I will say, broadly speaking, each of the plot relevant characters. I love Minerva. Minerva's gonna make my top 3, I think. I love Minerva. She has a good arc of going from being a hard-nosed jackwagon to, like, you know, really boiling over and going over the top with when Crystal gets killed and that whole mission. And then learning to respect Claude and be part of the squad. I like Minerva a lot. Minerva's great. I like Kai, even though, you know, there are times when her motivations don't make sense and she gets a little bit inconsistent, and everybody loses a lot in the whole back and forth between you've got to nuke the city, wait a second, why are we nuking the city? You've got to nuke the city, wait a second, why are we nuking the city? There's a lot of back and forth there, and I feel like it hurts everybody. It hurts Riley a lot. It hurts Claude a lot. There's a moment right at the end of that sequence, after the ceasefire has been called, where Claude is just having a breakdown about how he had finally convinced himself to do this terrible thing, and now he's supposed to not do it, but he had told himself it was right. I like that. I do like Claude. I like almost all of I like all of the main characters. I even kind of like Raz. Raz is entertaining, but if I'm gonna make a top 3, my number 3 is Lily. Lily is just a very simple one-note joke. She's the creepy girl in the corner who talks about fire and death and murdering people, but she's good and she's cute, and she has a fun little squad story with Jimmy and Thor. I like that squad story. I like Lily. Lily's gonna be my number 3. Minerva's my 2. And for what tiny little bit it matters, the rest of the squad did not say one fucking word about this man's devotion his incredible, noble sacrifice, Zyga is my number one. Zyga gets the number one spot just so that Zyga can have something. Zyga gave his life to advance the mission, to be with Raz, to see his hero Raz accomplish his goal of his own noble sacrifice. And then Zyga was pulled from heaven because of the weird resurrect your dead squad mate for the post-game mechanic, and taken away from an eternity with Raz just so that he could come back and be a shock trooper on my team. And he does it with a smile, and he kills things real good. Zyga is my number one. And that is the end of our series of Valkyria Chronicles 4. There are, for all the stuff that I have shown here on the channel, and there have been plenty of things, plenty of squad stories, plenty of extra stories, there are plenty of things that we have not seen. There are skirmishes aplenty. I haven't done a single blessed one of them, but they are good. There's a squad story with Zyga and Gertrude that I am sure is lovely because it contains Zyga, and also I don't know who the hell Gertrude is. I don't think I ever recruited Gertrude. That's probably why I didn't get that squad story. But Valkyria Chronicles 4 is a hell of a video game. If you have played Valkyria Chronicles 1, and honestly, you don't have to have played VC1 in order to enjoy VC4. I will say, having played Valkyria Chronicles 1, it gave me a new impression, a better feel of just how much advancement was made for Valkyria Chronicles 4. And look, I'm sure Valkyria Chronicles 2 and 3 are good games as well. If they're ever available on Steam, we'll play them. But until then, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Coming up, we have Baldur's Gate 3 on Tuesdays. We're starting the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles on Thursdays. Always more to come. Thank you all so much for being here. Have a good night. Hey, thanks for watching the video. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss an upload. And if you want to catch the streams live, go to twitch.tv/the_Goog. The stream schedule is on screen now.